Ensuring proper data security is critical, but it can be challenging for organizations to know where their data resides. How can businesses maintain a clear data inventory and ensure the right level of security is applied to each asset?
Great question, Emma. I think there's three things involved here in general. One is asset management, right? We have to make sure we're aware of where our assets are. Oftentimes, it's a very difficult process to even identify where the assets are, because in today's world, it's not necessarily that your assets are sitting within the company. They're out there. You have to be aware of the different departments within the company, what kind of software they're using. There could be a SaaS software somebody's using out there where some of our company data is stored. So we first of all have to have a clear idea of where our assets are. So asset management, a good inventory of all assets that the company uses is extremely important. The second thing is data classification. We have to make sure we classify our data appropriately. Separation of, for example, sensitive data versus personal information. There's confidential information, and then there's data for general use that, for example, the marketing department would use for, making sure there's more general awareness of the company. So data classification, and then the third thing is standardization rules around how to use data that are being classified. So, for example, what are the rules behind using confidential data? So overall, once you have a strong data classification framework in place, good standards around the data that's being classified, and then knowing where the data is being stored. I think having that is a very difficult thing to do for a lot of organizations. The larger they are, the more difficult it is. But once we have these three things in place, I think actually the technical part of it in terms of implementing data security becomes much more easier.